I sure hope so, and it can't all be people who agree with each other, but
sure.
there has to be a forum for debate so that the bad ideas can be winnowed out and the good ideas can survive on their merits. But I do think that, that there are closed forums in radio, in academia, in government, and if we open them up and have people hear opinions that they're not so used to get out of their comfort zone, then that's essential to further progress.
Stephen Pinker, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
You bet. Bye-bye.
The book is Enlightenment Now from Stephen Pinker, The Case for Reason, Science, Humanism, and Progress, and does outline, I believe, the biggest story in the world. It's the biggest story in the world.
In world history.
In world history. It really is, and we never focus on it. This has all happened largely in our lifetimes.
In our country.
In our country, and it's amazing. My favorite Stephen Pinker story, of which I have one before this interview,
right, okay.
was I was reading The Better Angels of Our Nature, which goes into one big focus of it is talking about how, a lot of people think violence is constantly getting worse. And he, in gruesome detail, goes through how bad things used to be in the world.
You'll read it. I read parts of it to my wife, and I would be like, reading it, I'd be like, good heavens, listen to this. Yeah. And you'd just be like, oh my God, I am really glad.
Yeah.
Even if I were born in a prison in Mexico today, I'm glad I was born today.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you really get the sense, it's better. And one of the points he makes, and he goes through in great detail, of how we have this idea that we're always afraid of these flamed up wars all over the world. And there's always this constant conflict. And it's, of course, real at some level. But it's actually getting better. Less people are dying in wars now than they have in a very long time. And I kind of just blurted that out on the air one day in a conversation. And when we get fact-checked by these organizations, it's always some conservative thing, and they always beat us up and go crazy on those things. For whatever reason, PolitiFact fact-checked my statement that people are dying less frequently in wars. And again, that was something I got from Stephen Pinker. And of course, when you get fact-checked, you're like, crap, did I get something wrong? Yeah. What did I do? Well, they actually fact-checked it with Stephen Pinker. They called him up. And they said, hey, is this true, what this idiot on the radio said? And, of course, it was true because it came from Stephen Pinker's book. So they actually fact-checked my claim with my source.
That's funny.
And they still only gave me mostly true, which I...
Unbelievable.
To this day.
Unbelievable. He's an amazing writer. So he's a humanist. So he is, especially in that last book, he does not like religion at all.
No, he's not a fan.
Not a fan. And there's times when he was like, and another thing, marshmallow peeps. And you're like, okay, Stephen, put it out. When he said, we don't all have to agree. We can't all agree with each other. And I really wanted to say, oh, Stephen, you and I don't agree on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but when you can go through an hour interview like that, right? And this has happened with Penn Jillette as well.
Yeah.
With you, you totally disagree with Penn Jillette on religion, but if you can talk for an hour like that, get something out of it.
Yeah.
There's no reason you can't talk about those difficult topics with those same people.
Well, it's also as Penn and I talk about, we could work hard on solving problems, and it would be, as he says, 30 years before we'd ever get to a place to like, oh yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff.